Hey guys, welcome back to the channel CreatorSim. It's your hostess with the mostest, and I hope you're having a great day. Today we are in Evergreen Harbor, and the lot we're actually on is, well, it's got the word pig in it, and I've never built on this lot, but I have had this idea for a long time. Anyways, this is called Piggy Lot Lock Pig U Lock Manor, if you can see that up there in the corner. I know it's super tiny. Anyways, so I've had this idea for quite some time to do some sort of community living center over here, because when you go through the gameplay of Eco Lifestyle, it gets super pretty over in this area when they start doing like the green initiative stuff or whatever. So yeah, I wanted to add this here. A little like, well, I guess they're eco townhouses. We'll just go with townhouses, even though I think this kind of looks like a renovated Motel 6 and they could pass for apartments. But I gave them somewhat of a yard area. Part of me wishes I'd left it grass, and maybe I think it might have been a little bit more passable for a yard. But you know what? I think it's great. It's awesome. We're gonna, yeah, they're townhouses. Anyways, so there's 3 units. Each unit is unique to its owner. So the first one is kind of an eco. Well, they're all eco, I'm sorry. It's a very, very, very modern, like, loft style. And it was really fun because I don't really do a lot of loft builds, and I really have been wanting to, especially since we've got the platforms. Unfortunately, I didn't play around too much with platforms in this build. But yeah, I'm going to do some apartment stuff here soon, and I have a lot of plans with the platforms, so that'll be exciting. Anyways, let's talk about this build. So here I am working on the shell of this. See, I've kind of got, I figured out the exterior shape pretty quick. I knew it wasn't going to have a whole lot to it. I wanted it to be a modern building, and the building itself is kind of ugly. It's just a big, big, big rectangle, but I had these ideas to put a lot of, I don't know, character on the outside. So what I go ahead and do, and I'm going to do it here shortly, I'm going to just take, here we go, just add walls, adding walls, and I wanted to make them some sort of color that popped, and I wanted to do black at first, and then I decided to go with the spa day white and those walls, and I think they actually, the color in them actually moves, or I don't know how to explain it, but I was doing a time lapse of this during the day and just like speeding it up, just because I like to do that at the end of my videos sometimes. Anyways, it was a cloudy day. It didn't work out. We need to try again. Not the point. Anyways, but the color of them was sort of like waving through. It was really cool. So hopefully I'm able to get that done here for you. I just need to find a sunny day or cheat the weather somehow. Anyways, I also thought that those architectural pieces also work for privacy as well, because it's not the largest lot, and I really wanted to take up a lot of space, of course, for the actual living quarters for the Sims, but also I wanted some landscaping as well to blend it in a little bit. So yeah, I thought it kind of helped to add some privacy. Now everything on the outside is pretty generic. They all get the same doors, and I don't know, I thought about changing them, especially because they're renovated so differently that I thought perhaps maybe, well, if they're gonna, you know, take out a ceiling and turn it into a loft, then perhaps they might change the front door, because I feel like a front door is a way easier renovation than turning it into a loft. So I did have this thought, but I don't know. I just decided to leave them as is. So yeah. I think I might have changed the color on one of them. I can't remember. Anyways, so I do have and haw over the landscaping for a little while. But then once I land myself on the right tree, it was pretty easy, and this was not the right tree. I go with something else, and you will see momentarily. I knew I wanted a tall one, but those ones, it was the shape. I didn't like it, and then I found these ones, and it was a good match. I think this would look really good with like palm trees and kind of like a very neon color. Like I said, I think this could pass for Motel 6, which at one point in time probably wasn't a hideous building. Now they're gross looking. They're gross. But, you know, it's just, yeah. I have not done it yet. Or have I? I have not. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do here soon is, yep, I'm doing it right now. No, I'm not. I will do it soon. Anyways, I go ahead and I take the Eco Lifestyle, the fence that matches the wall size here, just to kind of give it some character on the outside. Now, The middle unit does not get this because I did want these to feel like townhouses and to feel like they had some sort of privacy and some sort of separation. So you guys will see that here shortly once I figure it out. It took me a while to land on what I wanted the outside to look like. I do wish I had sort of left enough room, and I feel like if I had moved that whole like door space just back a grid and made it a little bit shorter and made the driveway just a grid wider as well, that I totally could have gotten away with making them little driveways, but I just don't really like the cars, so I just didn't do it. And I don't know, I thought these were cute little, I took these, I don't know, their base game, I think they might be from Oasis Springs, but they're these just little patches of lawns, you know, remind me of the things in golf courses. Anyways, and then I go ahead and add these base game like funky trees, and I thought they'd look really cute. And again, like that's why I decided to go with townhouses, because I did give them some sort of yards, like they have plants to maintain. That's a townhouse. I don't know. Anyways, so I love these little bushes, and I use those bushes and those round trees on just about all of my modern builds. Anyways, so like I said, this was on Piggy Lot Manor, and the house that was here originally, I did clip it in at the beginning so you guys saw a quick glimpse of it just as a comparison. It's this very like ritzy house that does not match anywhere else. No, it doesn't match any of the other architecture or lots at all. And I haven't done any of the gameplay, but just the name of it makes it sound super snobby, like Piggy Lot Manor. So, you know, yeah. I'm gonna change the lot name, don't you guys worry. I normally do like the creative, like witty creative stuff when my videos are exporting. Like that's the time I take to get my like YouTube description, well, like in mind, and like yeah, that's my downtime when I do everything. Anyways, so this one definitely has the first unit definitely has a vantage point with the lighting, because oh, the poor middle apartment, but I had that in mind, so I do go ahead and I add it in the sunroofs. But today's apartment is just gonna have the best lighting ever in the whole, all of them. The one on the far right would have as well, but I did something really cool with the stairwell that actually took away from the direct light that came into the place, unfortunately, but I still think it looks really good and I'm sticking with it. You can see I haven't made the decision. Oh, nope, I'm doing it right now. Yep, there we go. But I did add solar panels and the windmills. However, I don't think that'll be enough because I add those pretty regularly in my Sims builds, and when I have played, they've like got mad at me for energy consumption, but I think that might have just been because it was the part of the day where they weren't supposed to use energy. I don't know, like I always say, I don't really play the games. I would love to, but for me, I feel like it's a waste of time when I should be building for you guys. It sucks that I limit myself, but like I said, I am working on a Let's Play. I think I spilled that a little bit in my last build. Well, it wasn't a spill. I mean, it's not a secret. I just, I don't ever let myself have the downtime to do that. Anyway, so we're moving on into the house, and the interior of the house are all pretty similar. There's not too much to do. The bathrooms all kind of are in the same place because I decided to add that interesting like wall between the units, and it was just this really long skinny thing. I decided to make those areas bathrooms. Now I did not include laundry or washers and dryers in any of these. None of them. And I really wish that I had, but I just it was just an afterthought, quite honestly. You could pop them on the back patio. There's a lot of room for that. I didn't clutter up the patios too much, and a couple of them I did just because one of them does have a child, so I thought that might make sense. I know when I was a kid, I grew up in an apartment complex, and like my patio was the best. It was cool. I had like a little tent, and that was just where I hung out. Anyways. Yeah, so I did not include laundry areas, but back to those like skinny weird wall thingies and why I insisted on the bathrooms being in certain areas. I'm thinking now that I should have included the kitchen on the opposite side and then added like the laundry or the washer and dryer in there as well. But I also wanted a window there too, so I also didn't want to obstruct that. So I don't know, kind of back and forth on it. Okay, so here you go. I finally added the fences. I don't know if I showed that. I did some stuff off camera because I get really repetitive, and I feel like my speed builds are absurdly long, which is why I decided to cut this one into parts. But yeah, I'm not good at editing, I feel. I'm like, well, how are they gonna know what I did if I cut it out? But I do try and cut out the hemming and hawing. Sometimes I forget, though, quite honestly. Sometimes I forget. I don't really like how the outdoor lighting was making that tree look. Like, it looks so weird at night, and I was never really able to fix it. It just looks that way at night. But I did want some sort of landscaping right there. This was weird, but I really like the way it came out, and I think it kind of solidified the fact that these were cool, modern, and like, I don't know how like a fancy light would make it eco, but I feel like eco lighting. Shush, I'm gonna stop. Anyways, the other units that are gonna follow, so actually subscribe if you're enjoying this one, or if you're excited to see how it turns out, or if you really want to see what the other ones look like. Subscribe and hit that little bell thingy so you know you don't miss the other ones, because I would really appreciate that. Anywho, but if you're on my Twitter page, actually, this has been spoiled for you a little bit. I was really proud of this apartment and this room right here, actually. I did post. I was really, really happy with the way it came out. Anyway, so I did spoil that for you, but yeah, I knew it spoiled it, but it keeps me motivated, I think, to go ahead and post on there, because your guys' feedback or your opinions, or if you like it or whatever, is just really helpful. And so it also keeps me dedicated to a build, though, to knowing that someone out there liked it enough to, you know, blurb a little few words to me. It's really nice and appreciated. So yeah, anyways, if you want to be a part of that, or a part of what I do here, I pretty regularly with builds go ahead and ask opinions, or I'll post pictures of maybe like color schemes or what you guys might prefer if I really want an outsider's opinion. Also, I always have a lot of build ideas in mind, and I need help streamlining them, so I'll go ahead and do that as well. I'll ask you guys like what builds you guys would like to see next, and it also kind of helps me to realize what ideas are moot, so to speak. Moot, whatever. Simply because I do know that there are some builds or styles of builds that just haven't gotten the same sort of attention that other styles have. So it just helps me kind of connect with my viewers a little bit too. And honestly, some really amazing builds come out of it too with the participation. For example, my last apartment build, my gamer's apartment, I did a lot of poll participation with that. So that was really nice. And then I had a lot of people too who got the opportunity to watch it, who did assist in the polls, or assist in some sort of opinion-wise, via just like pictures or color scheme opinion, things like that. And so that was really cool that they got to like see it, or you know, I gave a couple users a shout out as well. So it was really, really nice. And it's just a nice way too of, like I said, reining my ideas in. So yeah, come and join me on Twitter. I'm gonna, if I haven't done it already, toss up my little handle. Gosh, it's a good thing I don't like do a face cam, because I just did like the worst little weird, like pointy upwards to the imaginary card I just threw up. Anyways. Okay, so let's talk about this build, because we haven't been talking about it. So like I have mentioned, it's going to be industrial, so I guess you guys can see that by the brick wall, because you know, brick wall means industrial. I hope you guys can't see this. I'm fidgeting with my headset. Sorry, it's bothering me. Anyways, okay, so I did like a sunken in kitchen thing. Yeah, it's okay. The floor plan was a little weird. I wasn't really sure. I didn't want to bring the platform all the way to the door, which I suppose I could have. Actually, I may have. I did. No, I did. Don't listen to me. I did. But because it was weird, I end up having to do this weird thing just to help it separate. Because look at that. It's so naked right now. Eventually I go in and I add columns and things like that. Oh yes, and those, the eaves, no, I don't know what those things are called. Spandrels. Oh, I love that clock, that spiky clock. I haven't used it in a long time though, just because, well, I haven't done a build in that style in while, which I think I really, really need to, especially now that we have the platforms, because I've been dying to do a super like vintage retro sunken in living room. Oh, I should get that for my next penthouse build. Do you guys watch Mad Men? John Hamm, for starters. Great actor. Great actor. Oh, a lot of good actors in that movie, but anyways, John Hamm's character, and I don't know the actress's name, but his spoilers, guys. Let me just say, major spoilers if you want to watch Mad Men. But I mean, I'm sure you see it coming. Oh no, I won't spoil it. Anyways, there's an apartment, and the apartment is really cool, and it just happens to have a sunken-in living room. I guess that's all I'll say. I really don't want to spoil anything. It's one of those like good bad shows, and I like love hate John Hamm's character. Bastard. Anyways. I really love the color scheme of this apartment too. I normally don't use oranges and things like that, but I decided to just play around with just a little bit, not too much. And I really think those cute little accents helped out a lot. And I was really trying to blend the woods too, because obviously I use like the universal doors for the units. And of course we don't have any matching wood swatches. Stares intently at webcam. I don't have. Looking at you, EA. Looking at you. The Sims, whatever. Whoever, Maxis. Anyways, so I was trying to blend. I was trying to blend the woods, and so I felt like that was a nice way to do that. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have awful taste. Do you guys ever do that? Like you're building and you're like, I can't tell, this is hideous. I don't know. That happens to me on occasion. Anyways. This bathroom isn't much to write home about. I do go ahead and just add like a little cabinet unit up here. It's really tall. I just like that it gives it some sort of, I don't know, separation. When you use the, and I know I say this all the time, but when you use the tall ceilings, which I think are great for like loft scenarios like this, I feel like it's easy for the walls to look naked, and there's a lot of places like you don't really clutter up. Like I don't have any paintings in my bathroom. Like at my old bathroom, I did wallpaper it, and don't get me wrong, I did want to get like a hanging cabinet and shelving and things like that, but I didn't have paintings, and so I will add like shelves and stuff, but like not every wall in the bathroom needs something on it. But I just feel like it looks especially noticeable when you use the tall ceilings. Alright, so we've moved on upstairs. Like I said, this is a loft, so the bed is just, you know, all exposed up here. My cat is meowing. I don't know if you guys heard that on the mic. Anyways, so, I don't know, I decided to kind of throw like an office space here. I thought maybe this person, since this was such like a cool and industrial loft, was very, I don't know, maybe techie, maybe they streamed, maybe they're a YouTuber or an influencer or something. So I gave him that little thingy there. And because I did not want to put the TV on the dresser in front of it, just because I don't really like that. I don't really like TVs on dressers. I added the little tiny hanging television we got with Tiny Living. I added those closets there. The only reason I added 2 of them is because I think I wanted to hide the heels, just because I wanted it to look a little bit unisex. Like, I think I did a good job on not landing on a specific, I don't know. I think this is a very tasteful apartment. But look at that lighting though coming in. Oof. Amazing. And I played around with the idea of those. Instead I just added the singular bamboo. The skylights really made it. But like I said, I knew the apartments were going to be dark, especially with that poor second one. And honestly, maybe I should have just made this like a 2 townhouse. In fact, that's really cute. I might go ahead and redo that idea with more like a house shape, because I know they're not like shaped like houses, but I was thinking this is like a very modern building, or possibly a remodeled Motel 6. Oh god. I try not to let my weirdness come out during my voiceovers, but not that I get bored, but it's hard. And I wrote myself a script, but it was only good for the first 5 minutes of my build. Boy, my Fitbit is going off. It's asking me what's for dinner. Eat a veggie-filled meal and shut the kitchen soon after sunset. Okay. I love my Fitbit, guys. Get a Fitbit. If you're like, okay, this is gonna sound stupid, and I'm not getting paid for Fitbit. I wish I was. Give me free Fitbits. But I love my Fitbit, and honestly, my Fitbit totally set me on my, well, I've always kind of really been interested in fitness, but not like good. I was never in sports, but I did try and work out a lot in high school. I never really went to the gym. I had a membership for a while, but just felt really insecure, and it didn't have like a proper women's section. So anyways, my Fitbit though really got me like in tune with my body and what I was doing. So I love my Fitbit. It's not even like a great one. It's good. I love it. It does enough. But it's not like one of the fancy ones. I think it might be like one of the baser models, but it's like you don't even have to get the awesome ones. These ones are perfect. Why am I talking about Fitbits? God, I hope I edit this out. Or are you guys team Fitbit? Woo. I love my Fitbit. You'd be surprised how many calories you burn doing like mundane like household chores and tasks. Maybe that's why my house is so clean. Because I'm like, it's a workout and my house gets clean and I don't really have to work out. But no, I love working out. I don't go to the gym. There's not a women's gym in my town. And I just don't want to go to the regular one. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I gave this person so many like desk areas. Like I said, maybe they're an influencer. And I feel like maybe a single person would entertain a lot. I don't know why. I never entertained, but they've got all this space. Oh, that lighting though. I love it. I love it. I do go ahead and make the decision to add a curtain. Luckily, it doesn't just like take up from too much of the light. I figured this person liked a lot of plants too, so I gave them the bonsai tree for the gardening skill. I feel like it gives them another skill as well. It's not wellness, is it? I don't know. Just sends them the heck out. But yeah, I figure this person likes plants. I haven't made the decision just yet, so just wait and see what I do here soon. I have to actually go in with the tool mod with that Monstera. I just couldn't do it without it, so. Anyways, I built an ivy wall. That's what you guys were waiting for, the ivy wall. I love it. And then I went ahead and I sized up these huge fluorescent lights because I felt like those were fitting, and I wanted something to kind of like, I don't know, show the actual size comparison with the loft. I don't know. I wanted a big hangy thing there. That's what I decided, the fluorescent lights. Yep. Anyways, guys, we're at these captures. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it and you want to see some more and what the rest of the townhouses look like, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. But we'll talk soon. Bye.